Have you ever done something nice for someone and they returned the favor many years later? When I was 14, I found this old man crying on a park bench outside Mercy General Hospital on a cold Tuesday afternoon. His wallet was gone. Someone had pickpocketed him while getting off the downtown bus. All his cash, credit cards, even his monthly bus pass were stolen. He needed to get inside to see his wife Martha, who had just come out of a 6-hour emergency heart surgery after suffering a massive heart attack. I had saved up exactly $20 from 3 weeks of allowance money to buy Grand Theft Auto Vice City at GameStop, but seeing this man so broken and desperate, talking about his wife fighting for her life upstairs, I couldn't just walk away. I pulled out my crumpled $20 bill and handed it to him for a taxi ride home later. He tried to refuse, saying he couldn't possibly take money from a kid, especially my hard-earned video game money. But I insisted, telling him his wife needed him there more than I needed any game. His eyes filled with grateful tears as he took it with trembling hands. He found an old coffee-stained napkin in his coat pocket and wrote down my home address with a pen from my school backpack. His handwriting was shaky from emotion, but he promised he'd mail the money back as soon as he could get to the bank. I never expected to see that 20 again, honestly, but it felt like the right thing to do. Fast forward exactly 15 years later. I'm 29 with my pregnant wife Sarah on a Sunday evening around 6 p.m. We're doing our weekly grocery shopping, but this time we're stocking up on baby supplies because we just found out we're expecting identical twins in early March. Our shopping cart is completely loaded with prenatal vitamins, organic baby formula, newborn diapers, sensitive baby wipes, glass bottles, and these tiny blue and pink onesies that Sarah couldn't resist buying. At checkout, our total comes to exactly $187.43. I confidently swipe my debit card, but the machine makes that awful beeping sound and displays transaction declined in red letters. I try swiping again, thinking it's a machine error. Still declined. Sarah quickly checks our banking app on her phone, and her face goes completely pale. Our monthly insurance premium had auto-drafted 3 days earlier than expected and completely overdrafted our checking account. Sarah starts crying right there in the checkout line. She's been incredibly stressed about the twin pregnancy, worried about our finances with 2 babies coming, and this felt like the absolute last straw. The people behind us in line are getting visibly impatient, sighing and checking their watches. I'm desperately fumbling through my wallet for cash I know isn't there, when this elderly gentleman with the kindest gray eyes steps forward from behind us. He's wearing a neat navy cardigan and carrying just a small basket with some soup cans and a loaf of bread. Without saying a single word, he quietly reaches around us and hands the teenage cashier his credit card. "Wait, sir, you really don't have to do this." I start to protest, embarrassed. He holds up his weathered hand gently and says in a warm voice, "Please, son, let me do this. It would be my genuine honor." Before I can stop him or argue further, he's already paid for everything, all $187.43 worth of baby supplies. The cashier hands us our bags with a smile, and Sarah is now crying tears of gratitude and relief. The man looks at me with these familiar twinkling eyes and says softly, "You helped me get to my beloved Martha exactly 15 years ago today. She made it through that heart surgery, and we had 12 more absolutely beautiful years together before she passed peacefully last spring." Recognition suddenly floods over me. He's older now, grayer, but those are the same grateful, kind eyes from that day at the hospital. He reaches into his worn leather wallet and pulls out a small yellowed napkin that's been carefully folded and refolded countless times over the years. The exact same napkin I'd watched him write on with shaking hands all those years ago. "I kept your address all these years, son. Martha made me promise to find you someday and thank you properly for your incredible kindness. I drove by your old house on Elm Street every few months for years, always hoping to catch you or your parents." His voice catches with deep emotion as he looks down at Sarah's growing belly. "Finding you here tonight, helping your beautiful growing family start this amazing journey. Well, Martha always said this was meant to be. She truly believed that kindness always finds its way back to us." He gently presses the precious worn napkin into my hand and smiles through his tears. "She would have been absolutely overjoyed knowing we helped your twin babies get their very first supplies."